everybody. Welcome back to the Industry Insights interview series. My name is Holly Tenty, and I'm one of the PCAs in the Career Center. And today I'm joined by Christina Wright, Holy Cross class of 2021, who works at DraftKings. Christina, do you want to share a little bit about yourself?
Of course. So I graduated Holy Cross, like Holly said, in 2021. I was a math and economics double major, and a lot of my math courses focused on statistics and statistical learning. So I knew I wanted to be in some sort of data field after graduation. I had an internship at Converse in Boston as an operations analyst, and then went full time as an inventory analyst on the supply chain operations team. I worked there for a little over a year. I loved it. I learned a ton about the industry, but I knew when the opportunity at DraftKings came up about 3 months ago that it was definitely the place for me to grow, develop those analytical skills. So I'm currently a product data analyst on the sportsbook product analytics team at DraftKings. For those that don't know, DraftKings is a digital sports entertainment and gaming company that was founded in 2012 in Boston and still headquartered here today. So that's the office I work out of. It's right by the Prudential Center in Back Bay. We operate products in multiple verticals spanning daily fantasy, sports contests, sports betting in the DraftKings Sportsbook, iGaming and casino products, and digital collectibles NFT marketplace. There are currently about 4,000 employees. We work either remotely, hybrid, or on site in one of the offices. I work hybrid, so I have the opportunity to work from home some days of the week or go in person. That's usually how my team is structured, but we do have some people who work remotely across the country. I started on the sportsbook analytics team only about a few months ago, and I've already gotten involved in a lot of our projects and initiatives. I found that working in product analytics for a technology company provides opportunities for innovation and change, which my team largely supports. So we focus on the sportsbook. We have data coming in around the clock from all of the customers on the sportsbook app and the website. And so it makes our day-to-day workload constantly changing. Some of the main responsibilities of my team is to monitor product performance and product health, tracking KPIs of our product and setting goals for each year's growth, as well as business casing new ideas from our product managers that we work really closely with. They're more of the ideas team. They come up with different initiatives, different markets to get into, different product improvements, things like that, as well as we size outages or incidents within our products. And most often, we are tasked with running A/B tests, setting up experiments, and analyzing the impact of different product features that we're testing to put into our app.
Wow, that sounds like a really interesting position, Christina. Could you share a little bit more about some current trends you're seeing in your industry?
So there's kind of two parts to that question, whereas the industry that DraftKings falls in is the tech company, the online gaming, and then also the sports betting industry, as well as my role itself falls into the data analytics, data science industry. And I think those two actually complement each other really well because being a digital product allows for a lot of data analytics and a lot of opportunity for data collection. And we have a lot of flexibility in terms of where we collect data in our product because we own both sides of it. And so in the sports betting industry, it's growing really fast. We constantly have new states that are in the pipeline for legalizing the sports betting and launching our product in it. So there's a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of opportunities for product advancement. So that's why my team currently has a lot of different features that we're testing. In terms of the data analytics industry, you've probably even noticed on LinkedIn how many different jobs and promotions for data analytics and data science are up there. And nearly every company today is turning to data analytics to improve their decision making and streamline all of their operations. So even not tech companies are trying to push towards data analytics and having some sort of understanding of the data that their company works with. You'll hear data-driven decision making. It's a very common phrase, like really big buzzwords in various meetings or company goals. And many companies are investing in their technology and infrastructure for data, as well as expanding their teams of data analysts and data scientists.
Christina, you've really outlined how you've been able to use your skills from your major at Holy Cross at your current position at DraftKings. I'd be curious to hear more about what other skills are necessary to find success in your field and how students on campus like myself can start preparing now to go into a job like yours.
I think in general, what's important to know and be aware of in college is that many data analysts are right out of college or within a few years of finishing undergrad. So the average age of a lot of those is not super deep into their career. So don't feel intimidated by it or like as you're graduating just because you're newly out of college that you're not qualified for it, because that's definitely the norm in this field. A lot of analysts come from math, statistics, comp sci, economics backgrounds because of the quantitative nature of the job. But that doesn't mean that if you have a different major from Holy Cross, but you're really interested, or you did the pre-business program, or you had internships in the field, that you aren't just as qualified. So many topics that I learned in my classes at Holy Cross apply to my job on a daily basis. So if there are any math or stats majors that are listening, anything from regressions, focusing on statistical significance and model accuracy and model bias, linear modeling to size impact, the financial impact of our product features, and then also understanding all of that and how it ties into our financial growth projections, overall growth of the company, and making sure you can connect that basic math around calculating our KPIs and change over time, essentially. So I'd recommend any student that wants to work in this field to focus on both their hard and their soft skills. So soft skills are just as important. I think coming from Holy Cross, we often were taught to make sure you exercise those communication, written, verbal, to make sure that you can articulate why you're just as qualified as somebody who might have a business analytics major or a data science major. I know in my job, we use communication, and those analysts who are really great at communication or storytelling are the most successful. And that's something that you don't necessarily learn in a math or statistics course. And so that's really important to focus on. And so we, for context, will need to communicate with our stakeholders, gather an experiment plan, we present our findings, and you have to craft it and curate a really great, convincing story in order for people to take any of your results and apply credibility to them and actually decide to take action with it. For technical skills and those harder skills, understanding databases and the tools used to query and analyze data is very important. But I will say, until you actually use those in practice, you will not fully understand them. So there's no expectation coming in as an entry-level data analyst that you'll 100% know how to run all of the software and all of the tools and data analytics on day one. There's a lot of nuance with different companies and different data, and it just takes practice. So I recommend getting some exposure to R, Python, Tableau, SQL coding, understanding what data warehouses are and how data is stored. But really, until you have your internship experiences or you have online tutorials that you go through and labs, you won't actually understand it. So trying to seek out those opportunities, I think, especially in like a safer learning environment, such as an internship, that's super important. I know when I was at Holy Cross, I had the opportunity to job shadow a couple different alumni in the field. I think that was super helpful, gaining perspective and their opinions on what those careers could look like, what they focused on when they were coming out of college, and sort of their career path for it. I think any student interested should reach out to alumni in the field, ask them for their perspectives on what tools or skills they use and what their company prioritizes when they're interviewing or hiring students into entry-level positions, and then learn about those experiences that they've had in the industry. I'd also suggest taking advantage of those programs like I did. I really enjoyed them, loved them, as well as trying to talk to alumni and figure out if you should have an internship either over the summers or an academic internship during the school year. I know I had the opportunity to even work in the IT department at school during one of my academic internships. And that was awesome because I was analyzing data that was coming in through the school. And so it doesn't always have to be something crazy. You don't have to live somewhere else or travel. It could be just as simple as something in Worcester. So just getting your hands on data, getting your hands on different tools and playing around with it, see what you like or don't like. I think that's very important and will prepare you really well for your career after graduation.
Thank you so much, Christina. That's a lot of really great information. I'm sure a lot of students on campus, especially our STEM majors, would really love to hear. Do you have any closing thoughts?
You just really have to take advantage of the Holy Cross Alumni Network. I know I actually heard about this interview series from my dad, who was also, I believe, participating in something with the Career Development Office, and he went to Holy Cross. And it's very important to not be shy when you're a student and feel free to reach out over LinkedIn or through the alumni portal to just gain people's perspectives, because I know when I was a student at first I was afraid to do it, but then I talked to dozens of alums over the course of my years and now continue to talk to current students, but then also to alums as like a younger member of that community. So definitely take advantage of that and pick people's brains. And everybody loves talking about Holy Cross and having that common connection.